so now we're going to look at the specialist type jugs that we have in the Bleaustone range. They're the open-handed jugs and the flat jugs. One way to think of these products is like they're kind of like progression type holds. They allow route setters to push their climbers a little bit more. They make routes a little bit more technical, a little bit more challenging. So they just change the whole character of the route setting. So starting with flat jugs. A flat jug is really a contradiction of a jug, if you like. It's not really positive, it is really flat. So you might ask why is it in the jug family? We put this in the range is because when you want to start introducing more insecure moves between holds, these are really useful because they're not so secure. They're not as secure as holding on to this. The flat jugs are also really useful to kind of bridge the gap between like juggy climbing and proper climbing, if you like. It allows you to, instead of making these routes where you just jug, 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 you start introducing more technically challenging moves by having this. They've still got some positivity, but it's not as positive as a jug. For example, if you think about what happens when, how much I can move up on this, I can move up really far before I feel insecure. I can hold on to it for a long time. Whereas if I move up from this, I'm going to start slipping off at a certain point a lot sooner than I would if I'm holding a jug. They just make things more insecure. This open-handed jug is a really interesting product. I wanted to get stronger at holding slopers, so I wanted to push, I wanted to make the positive part just at the very tips of the fingers. And you see it kind of forces the hand open, but still it's got some positivity there. So you put it on a steep roof, you've still got something to hold on to, but it just requires a lot more strength. And it's different to every other jug because it's just, you're relying on strength in the end of your fingers as opposed to the whole hand. With this type of product, you can set more directional routes. You can force moves easier with this. There's not so much to really put your foot on, like with a jug. When you set this in, you've got a big foothold here. You set the same route, you don't really have much to stand on. It's a lot more technical. It's another way of pushing the climber up the grades. Basically, these specialist jugs, I think they add more color to routes. You can make slightly more challenging routes. I've seen these on competitions. I've seen these in really high grades and also mixed in routes as well, so on the medium level of routes as well. I hope these videos about the specialist jugs and the basic jugs kind of give you more of an understanding of the variety of jugs that we have in Bleaustone, and I hope it gives you more possibilities for setting really interesting, enjoyable routes. In the next videos you should watch, we will interview some well-known route setters and we'll talk through each of the products and where they use them, just to give you more of an insight into how to combine all these products together.